Hello, my cute little chickpeas. Today, I'm so excited to sit down with you and talk about all of the trends you need to just leave in 2024 if you are looking to have this fresh, magnetic, bold, brave start in your business in 2025. And so I'm going to be talking you through, I think I wrote down like 10 trends that I've seen and that have happened that are just not going to help you. They're just not going to do it. If you are looking to have a premium brand, a premium buyer experience, just this whole, upgrade in your identity and who you lead and how you lead them and how you serve and all of those kind of things. I'm going to walk you through what to ditch, what not to ditch, because I know you're a lot like the old version of me during the holiday seasons. You're sitting there and instead of enjoying time with your family, you are cracked up in your head thinking about all the things of like putting together your business plan, searching your phone, getting lost in the Instagram and TikTok world, trying to find what's going to be hot, what's not, so you can get ahead of the game because you're in panic mode and you're not actually enjoying the time with your friends and family. So I've done the research. I've already knocked it all off for you. So just lean back, relax, take your notes, do your things, and implement this. And honestly, the biggest thing I want you guys to take away, especially during the holiday seasons, is fucking relax. Like there is no fire. Something I want you to remember constantly. There is no fire. You're going to have your best ideas when you are actually in a relaxed state, putting yourself in a fight or flight state. You move into your limbic system. You're not even able to make grounded, sound decision making because you're not able to tap into your prefrontal cortex when you're stuck in fight or flight. And so please just enjoy the holidays, relax, take some time off, just be with your family and friends. It's a weird time period if you're listening to this during when it's launched, or it's like between Christmas and New Year's and you're like, I don't really know what to do with my life. Like just enjoy. You've worked your ass off this year and your best ideas are going to come in January. And don't worry, I'm going to have some trainings. I'm going to have some stuff for you to go through to help you get there, starting with this podcast episode. And so if you are new to my world, what up? What is up? I don't know why I said what up. My name is Laura Patricia Martin. I started this podcast about 2 years ago when I was trying to establish my womanhood alongside being an entrepreneur, alongside like dating and wanting to become like a mother and wanting to figure out this whole life thing and how do I date without, sabotaging this business life that I've built up for the last decade of my life and all this stuff, hence Soft Savage. And so in this podcast, really talk about both things in this world of being a soft woman and how to actually be feminine in your life, in your relationships, in your business, in your just everything, and also how to be a savage and how to balance the both of these. So we talk about both ins and outs of this. More of this stuff is over on my Instagram, which is it's Laura Patricia Martin. So it's @ITS Laura Patricia Martin. And I love when you guys tell me what's coming up for you. You guys have been doing this a lot lately, and it's been so fun to chat with you guys, my DMs, around what's coming up for you, what you've been learning, what's landed for you, what you're excited about from each episode, like what you're working on. That's just the most incredible thing for me. So come reach out over there. And then if you want to take it a step further, anyone that's an established business owner right now, anyone that's established in their coaching field, like you've done one-on-ones, you've done the things, and you're looking to scale to a standout, unstoppable brand that is making multiple six figures without having to exchange any more time for money, I have the multi-six-figure movement mastermind that is kicking off in January. So this is by application only to make sure this is going to be a high-touch mastermind where I'm like going through your funnels and your branding and your things and all this kind of stuff and really giving you my funnels as well. So, this is for the woman that has an established coaching business, is looking to prep for like motherhood or wifedom or just kind of looking to relax in her life because she's realized her values have shifted a little bit and she still wants to make a shit ton of money and she wants to turn her yearly income into her monthly without having to sacrifice her time. That's what we're doing next year for 6 months. So all you have to do is click the link that is in our description here, or you can reach out to me and we'll see if it's a good fit. We kick off in January, so reach out there. But for y'all that are just tuned in here and you're like, Laura, I'm trying to get ahead. I'm trying to understand this whole business world. I'm trying to kick it off in 2025. This one is going to be so good for you. And the first thing I need you to leave behind in 2024 is your gosh darn perfectionism. And needing to have this like perfectly curated videos and like all this like, I don't know, with the rise of AI, your audience is craving your authenticity. And you guys know I love beautiful things. I love cinematography. Like when it comes to my videos, I love doing my photo shoots. I love the artistry. And that to me is very authentic to me, but it is not perfect. To me, that comes so easily. To me, creating my graphics, doing my graphic design, doing these shoots, doing these video things, that's very natural. That's very authentic to me. But as you can see in my content, a thing that I'm playing with now is doing, just clips for my podcast, is slimming down some things, is showing some lifestyle stuff, but it's really just these authentic conversations. It's not perfect. I'm not in like the most perfect studio in the world. I'm in, our office here and we're hanging out at our house. It's nothing that's perfect. It's real. It's me. It's something that feels authentic to me. And so when you're thinking of your brand in 2025, how can you bring more of you online, more of you in an authoritative way? Because when you're talking about your magic, your art, your genius in the world, I don't need you to be this robotic professional. Like, I can smell the Actors 5. If you guys haven't done my training, Boulder Branding Bootcamp, I talk about this. You're on to something. I'm looking at your feed. You're on to something, but you're very genuine in person. But all of a sudden, your online presence is just like, it gives me the ick. And I can tell that you're not being authentic, and I can tell that you're being a show pony, and I can tell that you're being an actress. And I want to feel your heart. I want to feel who you really are. And that's when business starts to take off. That's what the world is craving more in 2025, especially premium buyers. Because premium buyers, they're not really looking for, yes, they want your methods and your stuff and your what have you, but they're shopping for a mentor. They're not looking to be convinced about coaching. They're not looking for someone to be a show pony. They're looking for someone's power that they want to be closer in proximity. And so someone that's authentic, someone that's powerful, someone that's in their authority while still being close to their heart, that's felt. And so you'll see this a lot in my content coming up, where it's just like me holding up my phone and I'm talking to you guys and I'm giving you some tidbits and I'm giving you some stuff. And then you're going to see me talking on stages and giving you clips from that. You're going to see me from clips of my podcast. You're going to see me do things like that, because that to me is my authentic expression. And then you look at my feed, and yes, it is beautiful. Like, I put heart into my feed, but my videos, my stuff that is actually delivering you the value is more me, right? What I want you to do is more show behind the scenes, the messy progress that you're having, your unfiltered personality. It's these types of things that I'm seeing a lot of you when it comes to, I know I need to understand social media. I know I need to understand how to build a brand, but I don't know where to start. It feels so time consuming. I just am sitting and it takes me 4 hours to write one piece of content. Stop trying to be perfect. Done is better than perfect. Getting it out there is better than perfect. You're only going to learn from putting it out into the world. If it's 80% good, it's fucking good, man. That's how you start to get this feedback from the world of like, this is working, this is not. But if you're sitting there trying to be perfect and you're trying to curate and you're waiting for the photo shoot and you're waiting for the thing to start the fucking business, there's a reason why the person you see on the internet that does the exact same thing with you, same thing as you, is further ahead than you, because she's actually putting it out into the world, because she's not worried about perfection. She's just worried about getting it out there, because the people that are seen are the people that are paid. And so I need you to start to look at, how can you bring your authentic personality online, and how can you remove the perfectionism and really do that inner work around what perfectionism is. Number 2 of what you need to leave behind in 2024, if you're trying to step into the most magnetic 2025, is the copycat branding. I fucking can't, y'all. I can't with like the viral, the things, like you're just, I can't tell you. It's like you're mimicking what you see your mentors and how it's working. Again, this leads back to the Actors 5, because it's like, that's working for them, so I'm just going to take what they're doing and run. And this is where you have to have differentiation between what your mission is and how you want to articulate it, and what the people you work with, the people you admire, and being able to put a little separation between that. Because in my brand, you guys will know, I give you my funnels, I give you my templates, I give you my, things to make your feed very pretty, but it's up to you to make it yours. Just like when I talk in my programs or my podcast or my coaching, it's like I speak in a certain way, I tell stories in a certain way, I do things, but there's scripts, right? To teach you, hey, this is kind of the dialogue of how things should go, because this is human psychology and how it kind of works. But you need to be able to bring your own flavor into it. You need to stop mimicking, being like, hey, I did this with my mentor before I started to actually pay her. I would look and I'd read her emails. You probably do this with me, because I see a lot of you guys do this with me. You read my captions, you read my emails, you see my stuff, you see my feed, and you just start to copy it, thinking that's what gives you the result. No. What gets me results is me. is the uniqueness of me and being able to tell that unique story, being able to articulate in what's unique to me. And so, yes, there's templates, but then you have to give it the heartbeat. You have to put yourself into it. You have to give your authoritative leadership into that piece. You have to do the work, babe. A lot of you, I'm sorry, are fucking lazy. And you're going into this being like, hey, if I get a done for you model, I can just click and play and I can do these kind of things. And then you're wondering why it's not working. It works in real life when you can have a heartbeat and have a heart-to-heart conversation and you're doing the one-on-one and people love to pay you in that dynamic. And you're wondering, why is no one doing it online? Because you're being lazy. You're doing this whole little, I got plug and play templates. But people can smell when it's not authentic, and people don't like when it looks like something else, especially not premium buyers. Premium buyers are looking for things that are innovative and unique. Like, we are the first of the first that, like, we buy the new iPhone the first time it comes out. We buy the new product. We jump on the new thing because it's innovative. We want to be the first. Then there's other people that are like, let me see if it works for them and then I'll go. And then it goes below that of, okay, let me see the testimonials and how that goes. Like, this is the consumer buyer pyramid. And so if you are looking to attract premium buyers, you have to become someone that is premium. You have to become someone that is innovative and puts themselves out there and leads first. Okay? And so you need to go in. How can, yes, use my templates, use my shit, do the things. Like, I love it. I'm a techie person. I am a, psychology person. I understand that kind of stuff. But then you have to go in. And this is what I teach you in Bolder Branding. The program is, you have to understand your buyer psychology. You have to understand, like, what they need to see, what you need to see, what your heartbeat is, how they need to be spoken to, what are they already looking at, so that you can create this type of messaging that, like, lands for them. It's going to be so unique to your buyer and so unique to you. That doesn't come from you mimicking mine, because we don't have the same buyer, right? Because God put people on the planet that are directly meant for you, and they can only hear you if you are speaking from your heartbeat, not mine, and not Susie Q's on the internet. Yours. Use the template, use the structure, use the stuff, and then infuse what is uniquely you. Okay, number 3 of what needs to be left behind in 2024 is surface level messaging. I can't. Like, the trending things, the stuff, like, it drives me nuts. Sometimes I do it, don't get me wrong. Like, I play with it. It's fun, but it's like vague, buzzword, heavy slogans, like, feel empowered today. Make $10,000. Feel good in your relationship. Feel confident this morning. And I'm like, about what? Like, this stuff doesn't cut through the noise anymore. I'm sorry, it doesn't. We need to look at micro messaging. If you guys haven't checked out my magnetic messaging program, it's only $22. I talk all about this. Literally, y'all. If you can get micro messaging, you'll have the world eating out of the palm of your hand. This is how I can go through certain stages of my life. And when I can understand the psychology of my buyer, and I can go a little bit deeper, and I can get more magnetic, and I can get more into their psychology, and I can get deeper, I can sell anything because I actually understand you guys, right? And so this surface level messaging, and this is something I work through with all my clients, and they want to punch my face in for the first, few weeks until they finally nail this, because it's something you're constantly working on. How more micro can you get? How more slimmed down can you get? Instead of speaking to the masses, because we're all so afraid, like, oh, but if I get so specific that I'm only talking to women in their early to mid 30s that are starting to look at their life, and they look at that they've built out this career, and now they're looking at, okay, but I really want to be present with my partner, and I'm recognizing that my business is taking away from being present with my partner, and I really want to plan for kids next year and all these kind of things. If I only speak to that person, I'm going to eliminate, I help people with their health. I help people, in their 40s. I help people, in their 20s, and then they're just not going to, they're not going to find me. And I don't want to insult them because my current clients are at this level, and they're in the 10K level, and I'm going to be talking to people in the multi 6-figure level, and like scaling to 7 figures. Like, I don't want to leave them behind. Like, this part of you is your people pleaser part. And it drives me absolutely nuts, because it's going to leave you in the dust. Because if you're talking to everyone, you're talking to absolutely no one, because you're not piercing through the noise. And so I really need you to look at this one, because it's probably the most important. Because if your messaging doesn't talk to the soul of your human, you don't know what you're selling. Period. And you may be thinking, I don't want to cut these people out, and I don't want to do these kind of things. And again, that's your people pleaser. And to me, when I see you talking so circular and so broad, that shows to me you don't know your product and who it's for and how it helps them, which means it's not a premium product yet. So you need to go to one of these stages of looking at, is your people pleasing? Do you know your messaging? Do you know marketing? Do you actually know your product in and out? Because it shouldn't be this hard to be able to dial in your messaging, to speak directly through the noise, to know exactly where they're at, to get from surface level to like, whew, I'm reading her stuff and she really knows me. Like that journal kind of dialogue. I need you to be in your client's journal. I need you to stop with like, feel confident 2000, lose 10 pounds, da 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 da. It's like, no, how, who, where, when, how, like what's going on? Know you're human and you'll sell a lot faster. Get as specific as possible. And the next one is a big one. Okay. Y'all, in 2025, can I just please ask you one thing? Stop posting just to post. Ooh, I can just feel it when someone's just like posting like, oh, I just have to, consistency. Like, sure, there's a stage of that where we're just trying to build the habit. But if y'all haven't realized the magnificence of this thing in your hand and what you can make with this when you actually put intentionality into it and heartbeat into it and your authenticity, this thing can touch the masses. You can touch millions of people with your message. When you actually dial in and you don't just post to post, you are creating art. A thing that I love. I don't know why this is how my brain works, but social media to me has constantly been about, it's my movie. You know, I lost my mother when I was 22 years old, and I don't have much of her. I don't have a lot of documentation. I don't have a lot of movies. I don't have, you know, it was pre all this stuff. I'm a little bit older. And something I really missed was like, I wish I would have like seen her journey a little bit more. I wish I would have had more of her journals. I wish of like the video dialogues of things, like the progression of things. And something to me is my social media, and I get this is a little bit morbid, but like my social media to me is, yes, it's about you guys and it's very important for your thing, but it's firstly for me. Because if I were to fall off the face of the planet tomorrow, my journey is there. My partner, he'll have remembrance of me. My family will have remembrance of me. Like it's my journey. It's my thing. Like they're left with a piece of me. And I think about my kids and, you know, that whole journey, like I have something to show them of what I went through and how I got here, because everything for me, not everything, like I have a very private life, but it's my journey, and it's so fun to scroll through from where I started to where I am. And I'm sure I'm going to be talking about this in a year and go from where I am to where I went, and being able to look at that, that's the most incredible thing on the planet. And I get to impact thousands of people every day just from a post. That's an incredible amount of responsibility that I am blessed to have. So yes, sometimes I'm having a mood and whatever, and I'm posting a post and what have you, but most of the time, it's my art. And I need you to adopt the identity of being the creative director of your life. Whether that's how you live, whether that's how you love, whether that's how you laugh, whether that's how you post, whether that's how you write, like you are the creative director. Your life gets to be the most romantic movie on the planet. When you assume this identity, when you assume this role, everything will change. And so in 2025, bring the heartbeat back. Bring it back. You know you crave it just as much as me saying it right now. You want to see more of it too. You just have these fears of vulnerability, this rejection, people pleasing. What are they going to say? Like all this shit. Oh, is that going to land? Is that going to work? Is it going to just fuck around and find out? Because people want to feel you. People want to, like, especially premium buyers, they want to feel you. And who knows, maybe the love of your life. That's how Eddie found me. This is why he asked me on a date. Well, not he found me in a mastermind. This is why he asked me on a date. He felt my energy through my content and then asked me to come join him for the Live Relentless events to bring the feminine movement into it, because he felt how I was in my heartbeat and my things. And here we are. You never know what's going to happen when you bring more of you to the table. But the only way to find out is to do it. So don't just post to post. Be intentional. Bring intentionality. Bring high value. If you want high value, be high value. Bring your art. And number 5, In 2025, I really need you to stop ignoring video content. Y'all, I get it. Sometimes I don't look good. I think every time I've been on this camera lately is like my wash hair day. And I'm like, we really gotta like do our hair for the podcast and we gotta do our hair for the videos. But fuck it. It just happens to be on Sundays when I need to wash my hair and I need to do my things. But I'm gonna record because this right here, this dialogue we're having, I get it. Maybe you're listening to the podcast and you're not watching the video, but this is how I feel. This is how we feel each other. Video, y'all. Whether it's lives, whether it's reels, whether it's whatever, TikTok, if you're in that game, YouTube, we have one of those. We're growing it. Like, people feel you through video. And it doesn't have to be perfectly curated. Before I had any of the setup I have now and all the kind of things, it was just me, my cell phone, talking to you guys with filters until I realized that was just me blocking myself again. So no filters. Sometimes I still do. And then just letting that go. People, video is no longer not an option. I need you to land with that. It's essential for visibility. It's essential. And yes, okay, faceless marketing and blah, 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 like this mysterious thing. Great. Those work for some people. I'm telling you, if you are looking to have an established brand with premium buyers and have the heartbeat of your business, which I know is what you are in my world for, and the authenticity and bringing back the femininity and alongside the authority, you need video. Static posts alone aren't enough. You hiding behind the screen and doing that, it's not enough. You want to be a leader, you want to attract leaders, and you're hiding behind your fucking laptop and your fucking keyboard? What? People can't feel you in that. If you're hiding because it's comfortable, what makes you think you're going to attract leaders? Girl, we need to be having an honest conversation about that. And so I need you to start prioritizing short film video in 2025. Whether that's you setting up your camera, whether that's you jumping on lives, whether that's you cutting up clips from a podcast, I don't care. Figure out how simple it is for you and bring your personality, bring your zhazhazhoom into your business in 2025. But the thing I don't want you to do, which is number 6 in 2025, no more of this bro marketing thing. I know you guys probably already know this, but some of you guys come in, like I sit down and I'm in these rooms lately because I'm in different masterminds and I'm in different programs and I'm in different things. And it's so funny because I'm now like, I explore working with men as well. And well, I don't work with them. I like in my business, I'm like going to their masterminds just to learn like the male side of the business. Okay. I guess that makes sense. And like the pain point marketing, the scarcity, the pushy, the just, high value, I'm sorry, we can smell that. Like when someone tries to hard sell me, ick. It doesn't work. And I know you know that. Like if I came into your DMs and I was like, 4 left, get in now. Da, 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 da. This is your pain. You're going to be stuck here by next year. What the fuck do you think, you little peasant? Like if I came into your DMs talking like that, I'm sure that works for men. But if you were looking to have a feminine business that feels effortless, that feels like your soul, that feels like the most extraordinary thing on the planet in 2025, here's what premium buyers are looking for. Speaking to their desire. They want you to understand their pain. Yes. Like I want, for me and my clients, right? Like I understand the fear of potentially having to give up a business to step into motherhood because they can't seem to balance both. I understand the fear of biology. Like you do in your middle 30s start to have to think about these things and, where you want to go and where you want to live and, start to intentionally date a little bit more and take the gas, the full throttle off your business so that you can actually make time for dating because biology is a real fucking thing and the fears underneath that. And like, but I'm not coming to my marketing being like, if you don't pick up funnels, fuck your eggs. Like, that's not what I'm saying ever. It's just, I need to be able to sit there, but I'm speaking to the desire of you want to be able to make bank while being a mom. Like you never want to miss a soccer game. You want to enjoy your every trimester of pregnancy. You want to be able to take the naps that first trimester fucking requires. You want to be able to be there for every little hiccup and smirk and cry in the first stages of pregnancy. Like you don't want to have to jump back into work. You don't want to miss a beat. But at the same time, God put you on this planet to make a goddamn mission and movement and to be loud. And you also don't want to give up money. Like, you love that big daddy Yankee paycheck. You don't want to give it up. So you need to learn funnels, right? I'm speaking to the desire. I'm not sitting there with fear or whatever. Speaking to that desire. We're not looking to manipulate our buyers. In 2025, the consumer got so smart. Pandemic and all the kind of things, they got so smart. You need to figure out how to sell and message and articulate your brand to be authentic, to create such extraordinary offers that you know through and through deliver such extraordinary results that you can just give an invitation because you know it's the best thing since sliced bread to jump into. That's it. That's it. You need to know your offers so well. You don't have to use bro marketing. How is this all landing for you guys? I'm so curious. Go rate, review, please go rate and review this stuff so I can know how this is landing for you guys. I'm so excited. Or go hang out on my Instagram. And then we're going to move into, I think we have 3 more. Okay, 3. Number 7. What I need you to ditch in 2025 so you can have the most extraordinary season in your business and all the kind of things. I need you to stop complicating funnels. I know so many of you have come into my world for this whole reason because I talk a lot about systems. I talk a lot about time freedom. I talk a lot about AI and robots and things like that. If you've hung out with me ever, because I love it, and I can be at dinner and I can be just making money, and like it's so fun because I've done nothing. And I mean, I put a lot of work into building these things out, but in that moment, I'm doing nothing. I need you to stop overcomplicating it. You need a low ticket. You need a mid ticket. You need a high ticket. That's it. That's your funnel. They need to all streamline go together. Right? So you can look at my type of funnel, right? We have Boulder Branding Bootcamp. Then we have Boulder Branding, the program, right? Signature program. Then we have the Academy, Boulder Branding Academy, which is a year-long experience, right? That's my funnel. I have different avenues. I have magnetic messaging. That leads into Boulder Branding, the program. That then leads into Boulder Branding Academy, right? It's very simple. And so when people come to my page, they have my free resource. If you guys actually, what you need to do is go to my page, go to my Instagram page, and I will literally break this all down for you because I broke it all down for you in Effortless Income, the masterclass. Just comment funnel on literally any post, this one maybe, and I will show you how to make a funnel in the most streamlined, simple way, because the truth is you need them. You need them. A thing that I am so thankful for the season that I'm stepping into is that I have funnels in place. I can take time off. I can rest. I can do what needs to be done. I can focus on my real life situations, and my business still runs seamlessly. Yes, I have to come in and I have to edit some emails and I have to fix some kind of things and I have to dial stuff down. But the way that I'm scaling my business from my yearly income to my monthly this year is by making sure my funnels are even more streamlined and not complicated at all. Because there's other things. My priorities have shifted tremendously in 2024. Tremendously. And it's not that I don't love my business anymore. Like, that's not it. It's just I love my man. And I love spending 80% of my time helping him in his business and focusing on my friendships and focusing on my family and focusing on my health and, growing my life and things of that nature. That's my focus. And 20% of my time is spent on being a savage, hence soft savage. That's where funnels come in. To be a soft savage, you need funnels, but you need to stop overcomplicating us. We sit here and we're like tripwires, email sequences, blah, blah, blah. Like, we're overcomplicating it, which is exactly why I have this multi-six-figure movement mastermind that's coming out in January, where I'm literally giving you my funnels, like the email sequences, the templates, the tripwires, all of it is explained, and we're going to fix it so that it goes towards your model and your movement and your authenticity. But a lot of us sit here and we don't get started. And something I see a lot, especially with new moms, is, you go through pregnancy and you're going through these things and they're sitting there being like, damn, I wish I had funnels. I wish I put something in place so my business could run while I could grow my family. And you need to do this beforehand. And a lot of the times we don't do it because it's like, oh, that seems too complicated. It's not. There's probably a shit ton of products in your product suite already that you just need to put together to create a high converting funnel. And you just have to streamline your customer journey. It's actually very simple. You just have to switch your brain from creative to CEO for a second. And then you can go back to creative. The thing about funnels that I love is you switch to the CEO side for like 2 months, figure this shit out, and then you spend all of your time essentially in creative mode now because you have the systems and structures in place. So message me if you want to join the mastermind. Message me anywhere on my page funnel. You'll be able to get access to the training to see how it actually all works. But yeah, if you want to jump in and like that's the season of your life that you're at, you're like, I have the established business, but I'm looking to upgrade and make multiple six figures without sacrificing time, that's where you're going to want to jump in. Number 8. Oh, we're almost done, guys. How many minutes are we in now? Let's look. We're at 30 minutes. Wow, we did this so fast. I'm so proud of us. Okay. Number 8. What I need you to stop doing in 2025 is solely focusing on followers. Too many of y'all are like, I need to get to 10K. I need to get to 20K. I need to get to a million. Whatever the fuck you're looking at right now. And you're like, followers, that you're not actually looking at connection. I did this and I fucked this up. This is why my business didn't take off for a long time. You need a micro movement. You need to know your people. You need to be in your audience with your people. If you have 500 people, imagine 500 people in a fucking room with you. You'd be flabbergasted. You probably wouldn't even know how to talk. Your heart would be pitter-pattering so fast, right? But we need to sit and stop chasing virality, stop chasing these trends, stop chasing this stuff, because you're losing the heartbeat in the process of that. A large following doesn't guarantee engagement, conversion. I bet there's so many people that I know that have hundreds of thousands of followers and make no money. Because things went viral, because stuff happened, because they just focus on trends and they did the things and it works. Like, it's fun. You guys see me do growth content a lot. I play with this stuff a lot, but that's not my business model. That's just fun to play with sometimes, especially when I'm launching something free. It's just fun to play with. But most of my business, most of my content, most of my brand is built on depth with my current followers. Focus on who you already have. Focus on the 1, and that turns into 2, and that turns into 3. But if you're focused on the masses, again, you're attracting no one. Imagine, I was talking to my client, actually, we were talking about this in Builder Branding, because she was talking about some people that were her numbers for a masterclass she was having. We were talking about this. Imagine if you guys came to an event with me and there was 5 of you. And I sat there being a sad little Sally because there was only 5. And I wanted 500. And I sat there and I was just like a brat to you all. And I was grumpy and I was not giving you my all. And I was defeated by the whole process. You would feel like you didn't matter. And you would not come back. And you would not tell your friends about it. And you would not recommend me. And it would not feel good. Versus, I've had this happen, y'all. When I was in Thailand, I would run events and it was supposed to be 25 people and 3 would show up. And I would love those ones more because the intimacy, because of the connection, because getting to know them. And more often than not, that whole room would end up converting because my heartbeat was in it. I could connect with you guys more. I could open up the mic. Like, that's what happens if you guys are ever on my calls. Like, we have lots of people in my world. And if like 3 people happen to be on a call, I'm like, everyone unmute yourself. Let's just like hang out. Everyone ask your questions, like, let's connect. And I get to know people's brand on such a different level. Like, it's not that I only hope that a few people are there, but it's a thing where I'm like, that's the heartbeat. When I get to know you one-on-one and I get to hear your voice and I get to see your messaging and I get to audit your stuff and I get to actually know your movement, I get to see you. That's what makes my business. That's what I love about my business. And so when you start to focus less on that, and start paying attention to who is watching your stories all the time, who's engaging in your content already. Are you making friends with these people? It's like they're coming to your party. Are you being a good host? Are you following up with them? Are you making sure that they have their drinks and their food and their snacks and they're enjoying themselves? Did you make the connections that you want to make? Did you invite them to certain things? Like, do you know what they actually want? Are you having conversations with them? Are you becoming friends? Or are you just becoming a sketchy salesperson that's like, oh, no one's reaching out to me? And it's like, well, it's your job to train your audience. And before you have the masses, trust me, if you can't nail the connection with one, you can't handle big numbers because you're going to lose yourself. That's why it's like, you think of that. I forget the exact line in the Bible, but it's like around the lines of like, why would I give you more if you can't handle what I've given you? Whether it's money, whether it's numbers, what have you, but why would God give you more if you can't handle the small? If you can't handle what's given in front of you, if you're not respecting the money that you currently have, if you're not respecting the followers that you currently have, if you're not respecting, the single season, I don't know, that you already have, why would he give you more? Because more only makes you more of who you already are. So more followers is just going to make you more insecure. And trust me, if you haven't figured out how to do lives and public speaking and to honor your work and celebrate these kind of things, the more followers you have, the more insecure you're going to get about that. If you can't you don't want people on your lives if you haven't figured out how to tell a story. Trust me. And public speak and do the things. Trust me. I look back at my first ones and I'm like, oh, bless her soul. Now I can talk to anyone and I can speak on any stage and I can do the kind of things because I've done definitely more than 10,000 hours of this stuff by now. Focus on connection. Shift your focus on building a loyal community. How can you build in a community aspect to your business in 2025? How can you create a dialogue? How can you create more stories where you're bringing people into the story, that you're conversing with them, that you're, doing polls and you're hanging out with them and you're following up with people and you're building the relationships. This is how you start to create a personalized brand. You create personalized content. Those few people, that's your future. Love them well. This also has to do with number 9. Number 9 is overusing AI without a human touch. See, everyone can smell when your captions are written by AI. Just saying. No matter how well you train it, make sure you're going through it. And I love it, y'all, especially the busier I get and the brain space and all the kind of things. Like, I love AI. And I love it to write my stuff. I love it to give me ideas. I love it to pump stuff out. Like, I love it. But it can't replace me, nor do I want it to. And I let it for a little bit, if I'm going to be honest with you. In 2024, my sales dipped a little bit. And I was like, what's going on? And it was because I was using AI to write a lot of my stuff, because I just didn't have time. Like, I just wasn't prioritizing. It's not that I didn't have time. It just wasn't a priority. It was my relationship, my new businesses, my in-person stuff. Life was happening, like all this stuff. So I was just pumping out, again, posting just a post using AI, wondering why it wasn't working. And it was like, oh, because I was being a follower. I was letting a computer run a business that is supposed to be heart-led. And I can use it to guide and improve and give me information and give me insight and, build things out. But no robot can ever be you. And so I need you to use it as a supportive tool, but not, as you. I need you to infuse your voice. I need you to infuse your authenticity. I need you to infuse your personality into everything you create. Yes, it takes more time, but it gives you a greater output. Again, if you want to attract leaders, you have to be a leader, which means you have to be more intentional. And number 10, please, in 2025, stop jumping on every trend. Please, just stop it. I get it. It's so fun. It gives you all the content ideas. You don't have to do anything. You go to the search feed, you type in branding, and it gives you all the trends and all the things of all people or what everyone is already doing. It's fun. Again, growth content. Great. But chasing trends makes your brand look scattered and inconsistent. You can take trends and infuse it into your brand, but stop just taking these trends and building this like influencer page where you're like, unless you are an influencer, good for you. But a lot of my audience isn't. But you just pull in all this stuff of like, they're doing this challenge and this ice bucket challenge. I don't even know any trends anymore, to be honest. They're doing this singing thing. They're doing this political voiceover. They're doing this color thing. They're doing this relationship thing. And I come to your page and I'm like, I get it. You show up a lot, but this is what I call the golden retriever vibe, where I'm like, you're doing something, but like, I have no fucking clue what it is because it's just filled with trends. And it looks like you're just trying to be an influencer and grow for numbers versus growing for depth and conversion. And so, yes, you can use trends. I'm not saying don't figure out what's going on in the world, but make sure you're infusing you into it. Again, going with AI stuff and everything I've talked about today is you still have to stay aligned with your values and your audience and select trends that enhance your messaging rather than distract people from it. And so being very, very meticulous in this and looking at things. And honestly, when it comes to being an innovator and a leader and a premium leader, you are the trend, right? Is your brand actually setting you as the trend? Because then you shouldn't be following trends. Like, it's good to know and you can do it sometimes for growth stuff, but like, You are meant to be the trend. Are you acting as such? Are you paving the way? Are you doing something innovative? Are you looking at the market going, this is the gap that I need to fill, and this is the thing that I'm seeing is missing, and I'm going to be the one to do it? That is what's going to set you apart in 2025, is truly, truly being a leader. And so let's recap. We have, number one, let's recap all the things to leave in 2024. Okay, so you can have the most extraordinary 2025 and be the hot little chicken nugget on the internet where you're like, yes, who the fuck is that? Let me give her all my money. Okay, one, leave overly polished perfectionism. Two, stop fucking copycatting brands and set the pace of your own. Three, leave surface level messaging. We're not here for that shit. Leave posting just to post. Please put some intentionality into it. Leave ignoring video content and pretending like you don't want to do it because you don't like the way that you look and blah, 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 blah. You need it. It needs to be a thing. Leave bro marketing and please add in feminine leadership. Leave overcomplicating funnels and add in effortless income. Leave focusing solely on followers and add in depth and connection and creating a loyal community. Leave overusing AI without human touch and add in your heartbeat to everything. Use it as a supporting tool, but don't use it as a thing. And 10, leave jumping on every trend and start being the trend. Y'all, that was a lot. I'm out of breath as I sit here. I love you. 2025, please just feel into it. This gets to be your biggest year. For me, I can't wait to tell you guys everything that's happening. I am so excited for it. And there's going to be so much that changes around here. And let this Christmas, let this, or if that's what you celebrate, let this New Year's, let this season, whenever you're listening to this, just, there's no fucking fire. There's no fire. Trust me, I got your back on the trends and the things. And if you follow the stuff, there's no way you can't make loads of money. I got you. You're going to have the best time of your freaking life in 2025. I've got your back on that. Can you trust me? What I need from you is to take the leap, to take the risk, to do the thing on yourself from a grounded space of I deserve this. I deserve to lead myself. When you look at your life, truly looking at what is important and what's a life you want to live and what's a legacy you want to leave behind, really, really have that conversation with yourself this break. And then stepping into January, we fucking run it. The savage comes out for a little bit and then we get to relax the rest of the year. And so I want to invite you guys to come check out the multi-six-figure movement mastermind, where I'm going to walk you through all of this stuff, or we have plenty of programs. We have stuff to walk you through. I think I've talked about effortless income, the free training. I've talked about magnetic messaging. I've talked about Bolder Branding Bootcamp. I've talked about Bolder Branding. I've talked about the Academy. I've talked about it all. It's up to you to make a move, right? And come hang out over on Instagram. I know sometimes we're like, I don't know what to do. All you have to do is message me, because I know there's a lot going on in the world, but I love you. Just come message me. And if this landed on your heart, share it with someone and leave us a review, because we are looking to scale this in 2025, as we always are. And y'all are the best. And I just love you so much. So I will see you somewhere on the internet. This one was a goodie. I know you're going to have to take some notes and probably listen to it again, but good for you that it just stays on the internet forever. So I love you. I'm going to go get a snack, and I will see you somewhere on the internet. Enjoy your holidays. Enjoy the new year. You guys are extraordinary. You've made this year incredible for me. And I will see you in the next episode. Bye.